Hello, welcome to the Seniors Real Estate and Services video series. I'm Sandra Roman. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams Points North, and I'm with my friend Denise. Hi, Denise.
Hello. How are you?
Busy? Busy.
Busy
Like
is good.
you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Everything's good. So we're here again for our fifth in a row live broadcast.
Our second season.
Second season, episode 5.
Episode 5.
Like a series.
I know.
And we are today we're discussing senior fraud. Before we introduce our guest, we'll just talk a little bit about how you can find us. We are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Look us up anywhere. Denise Lanzarone, your local realtor. Oh, we have people chiming in and saying hello. I love it.
Yay!
Great.
Hi, Diane. Hi, Jean.
So where can they find you, Sandra?
Where can they find you first?
I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying hello. Well, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube as Sandra Roman Real Estate. Today we are live on Denise's Facebook page. Denise Lanzarone, your local realtor.
Yeah.
So difficult for me. And you can find me as Sandra Roman Real Estate. If you are watching on YouTube, where's my bell? I don't find it. Oh, here it is. Ring the bell. Subscribe to my channel. Comment and share. If you are on Facebook, please share too and subscribe or follow us in the Facebook pages. And if you have someone that you think that it might be interested in this topic, share that information with them. We are putting together a PDF file with all the information that our guests are leaving for us. You can find their contact information and a little bit more information about whatever topic we're talking about. And we have the PDF file for season 1 and for season number 2. Right?
Very good.
And today, who is our guest, Denise?
Today, our guest is Judy Serino. She is with Home Instead.
Ta-da! Welcome!
And she's going to be talking about senior fraud today. Big subject.
Yeah, very big subject.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Sandra and Denise. Thank you so much for having me on here. I love this format. I love that you started this whole program as a resource for seniors and everyone. Everyone has, I'm sure, a senior loved one that they care about, that they're trying to find out information on. And I love giving information on how to prevent scams. So if you want to know how to prevent becoming a victim, I'm your woman. Ask me anything. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Where can they find you, Judy?
So I am the community service representative for 2 branches of Home Instead. It's actually a worldwide franchise. It's a home care agency. So we are located in the ones that I work for on Long Island is in Hauppauge and Huntington. You can go to homeinstead.com/697 is the number for our Hauppauge franchise that covers Eastern Suffolk County, Long Island, and then Western Suffolk office is homeinstead.com/559. And my email, if you want to reach me on email, is judy.serino, SERINO, @homeinstead.com. And after this, I was telling Sandra, I have some handouts with the links I'll be mentioning and topics we're talking about. So that information will be on there if you want to reach out and share.
Yeah, we have a link in the comments. In the comments? No, link in the description box where you can put your name.
I just saw that.
Yeah, you can put your name and you can put your email and your information, and we can send that information to you with the PDF, with both of the PDF files now from season 1 and season 2. But tell us, what is this the senior scams? How much money do they lose usually?
Yeah, Sandra, it is a big industry right now. It the total loss for seniors alone, we're just talking seniors, is about up to $4 billion annually. Could
Wow.
be as much as $6 billion if you count unreported scams and losses.
Wow.
Because a lot of seniors, they don't
know.
know that they can report it. And if they do know that, oh, I can report this, they don't want to bother. And they're too embarrassed a lot of times to tell their own family because they don't want to be seen as someone getting dementia, maybe be afraid to be put in a nursing home. And they won't report it. And they don't even know how and where to report it and what benefit it has for them. They figure, oh, money's gone. And a lot of these scammers, I should say most of them, live around the world, almost impossible to catch. But we're going to talk about ways that they're actually getting caught a little bit, small percentage, but there's some.
A very small percentage, because when my parents got scammed, they are in Mexico and the company was here in New York.
Really? See, you never know. Yep.
You never know.
It's just all over the world. But these scammers, they're not just like young kids on a computer, bored, nothing to do. Like, let me scam, make some extra bucks. These are professionals. They work in offices in cubicles. They have managers. They have Excel spreadsheets. They pay for mailing lists that have your address and phone number and your age and any data they can get on you. So sometimes all they need is your birth date, or you just pick up the phone and they ask, is this so-and-so? And you say yes, or you press the number 1, and that's all they need in order to open an account in your name. Or they want your social security number. So we're going to talk about how do they get all this information.
Yeah, that I was going to ask. And how many types of scams are there? What are I know there are a lot, right? But what are the top ones?
The top one. Thank you. Yeah, because honestly, I don't even have a number of how many. A good website to go on for that is the FBI.gov. Again, that's in the link. I'm going to try to find it later. We'll talk about that at the end. FBI.gov/scams. They list all the different types of common scams. So some I'm going to talk about with you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But there are like 3 or 4 really popular ones that are going around that I'm hearing about a lot and that I know are getting reported a lot. So I want to start with those.
Okay.
So yeah. So the first one is the IRS or Social Security scam. Now, I know a lot of you might know a lot about it, so I might not spend too much time on this unless you guys have a question. But obviously, this is one where you'll get a call, usually a robocall. In case people don't know what that is, like it sounds like a recording, hello, this is the IRS, a monotone voice, you owe us money in back taxes and you will be fined, or they threaten you get thrown in jail if you don't pick up the phone or if you don't call us this number back. So the first thing is what I try to tell everyone with all of these scams: if it's a phone call, don't answer the phone unless you recognize the number. There's just no need. Hi from ADRC. I just
Denise is playing around.
yeah. And thanks for putting that up there, the FBI website. It is a little longer than that. I'm gonna get to it, but that'll get.
Let me put it there.
If they Google that, it'll come up.
See?
So yeah, so the first thing you want to know, besides don't pick up the phone unless you recognize the number. If it's going to be a relative or a friend or an emergency, they're going to call your cell if they don't reach you on the landline, and they're going to leave a message. They'll text you. So if it's urgent, you'll get the call. Don't pick it up. Listen for the message. A lot of times the scammers are not going to leave the message. So if it really is urgent, you'll get a message or you'll get that call eventually. The other thing you have to know is the IRS and Social Security will never call you to say you owe money. They mail you letters. Unless you have ongoing business where you initiated the call and then you're waiting for a call back, that's safe. But if you just get a random call out of the blue from the IRS, even credit card companies, a bank, anyone, never trust the number they're calling you from. You're going to hang up and you're going to call back the number that's on your credit card, your bank statement, or the IRS, you're going to get the correct number for them. I would get it from somewhere safe, online, but be careful with that too. We're going to talk about that, how to stay safe online. But the bottom line is they do not threaten you and threaten jail time, threaten you with fines on the phone. So it's immediately, it's a scam. If you're getting a call that I even got that call years ago before I started studying up on scams and knew about them. And I honestly had to go, oh my God, do I owe back taxes? I had to seriously think. I said, I've been paying my taxes. Why didn't they get? So it sounds so real and legitimate. So that's one big one.
Yeah, they try to scare you. So, and especially elderly people, and they say, oh no, that I'm going to get in trouble. Then
and then that's the other thing. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because they're very emotional and they're trusting. Mm-hmm. And it's so sad that our generation is not as trusting because we know what's out there. I mean, even my son told me when I was telling you ladies, and I have to tell everyone, even though I'm so-called expert on scams, well, guess what? Yeah, I got scammed 2 weeks ago and I got my money back. So that's a happy ending. But I'm going to get to more detail with that. I ordered something on social media app on Instagram. I thought it was legitimate. It had a Wayfair logo and I was on that app. So I thought it was safe. I thought they had to get approved to be on there. But I went through PayPal. PayPal disputed it because I emailed them. I said, I never got this item. And we found out it was a scam. I got my money back. So be careful. When you order things online, you have to go to their actual website. And it was late at night. I just wasn't, and that's why they play to your emotions and that people are too busy to check on things. And I just was too busy. I was like, oh yeah, I'll wait and see what I get. And I'll wait for the email confirmation. Never got it. So you got to be careful all around, on email and on social media, and online, everything.
Yeah. And other than IRS, what's the next one?
Yeah, so another big one out there, especially this is a senior one directed at seniors, obviously. It's the grandparent scam. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. A lot of people know their own grandparents got scammed by this. So they'll get a random call. Hey, grandma. Hey, grandpa. And of course, they don't say their name. And the scammer calling will pretend to be their grandchild and that they're in trouble and they need money. And people are like, well, how do you fall for, you should know your own grandchild's voice or whatever. But a lot of them are hard of hearing. They're getting dementia. Their grandkids sometimes live across the country. They don't see them a lot, don't talk to them. I heard this one person got scammed because as soon as the grandparent picked up the phone and they heard, oh, grandma, she said, oh, is this you, Joey?
And they will say, yes, I'm Joey.
Joey. So they'll pretend they're in jail, they need money, or they're in the hospital. Don't tell mom and dad, I'll get in trouble. The first thing you want to do, and it's going to be a really hard thing to do if you really think it's them, is you hang up and you call the number you have for them, or you call your kids, their parents. Yeah. And 99% of the time, they'll say, hey, grandma, I'm home. What do you mean? I didn't call you. And you fix it right there.
Yeah, remember, Denise, someone was telling us this story about...
It was my aunt.
It was you telling me this story.
It was my aunt and uncle, and they got a call from someone. It sounded like it could be their grandson, and they said, oh, grandma, I'm in trouble. I need money to get out of jail. Please don't tell mom. She's going to be so mad, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So they went to Walmart to get a money order, a $3,000 money order, I think it was. And because they believed him and they didn't want to get him in trouble. And the lady at the counter where they got the money order said to them, I know it's none of my business, but do me a favor, call your grandson, because this does not sound right. So great. They did, and it wasn't right. So that lady saved them $3,000. And
yeah, they're starting. I did hear, Denise, that Target, CVS, anywhere where they sell gift cards, they're starting to train their employees to ask. I know I saw it on the news. A salesperson at Target saved some senior from getting scammed because they said, do you know the person you're buying this for? because some seniors, they're told by the scammers, don't say anything.
Right.
You're not, don't. Sometimes they keep them on the phone. They'll almost like follow them, on the phone to the 7-Eleven or wherever they're getting the gift card or whatever.
Yes.
And they say, don't say anything. It's so sad. And they scare them, and don't say anything, or sometimes it's their sob story. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get fired. You owe me money now. And I want to explain how that one works too. We're going to get to that. How you think you're scammed into thinking you owe the scammer money now. And then he wants money back in gift cards. You want me to talk about the gift card scam? Actually,
yes. Now that we're talking about gift cards.
Yeah, there you go. I forgot. I was going to bring that up. So we know to call your grandchild or son and daughter back for that. But the gift card scam, what happens is scammers will call or email, or now they text you.
They text you.
So don't be surprised if you see a text. And they'll say they're a bill collector, like credit card company or maybe a utility company. I know this happened to a couple that thought they were getting a call from PSEG that they owed them money. And they were really with it, like a smart couple, older couple, not that young, in their 60s to early 70s. We're not talking old, and they got scammed out of, I think it's $100 and something thousand that they bought.
No kidding me.
Paid them back. So what happens is they'll send you a link. They'll say, we owe you money, or you owe us money, whatever it is. They'll, first I'll do that one. So the utility company, you owe us money and you have to pay us in gift cards. First of all, any company will they'll never say to pay you in gift card money, right? That doesn't sound right to us.
No.
But they are getting so sly in the way they explain it, and maybe our system is down. They take advantage of the seniors don't know much about technology. So it's not going through. We use cards now. This is the new technology. Whatever they do, it's all, to scare them into it. So they're going to pose as a bill collector utility, and then say collected in gift card money, or read off the number. 100% of the time, just know it's always a scam if they tell you to pay them with gift cards. 100% of the time, a gift card is a scam payment. Another way they try to get you to pay them with gift card money is they'll pose as Microsoft or, some kind of Amazon or Apple rep that they're saying, oh, either your Microsoft warranty expired or you got a refund for an Amazon product or Apple, and we're going to give you your money back. So let's say they say, we owe you $300. So when you get that text or email, you're like, oh, okay, this can't be a scam. This is a refund. So how are they going to scam me? I'm just going to make sure I get my money, and that's it. Well, once they get you on the phone or the computer, they'll say, go to this website. They give you a link. First red flag, never go on to a link, click on a link that some random person who contacted you provides. Yeah, don't trust it. You go on the link, and now they can get control of your computer. They black it out for a minute. They tell you to go onto your bank account website. They will even make it look like, as you're entering the password, that it comes up as dots. Somehow they can bypass that, or they really aren't in your system, but they make it look like you put in 2 extra zeros when you helped them deposit the $300. Now they made you deposit $30,000, say, and there is the refund. So now they're crying, oh, I'm going to get, they're on the phone with you, I'm going to get fired. I mean, I've actually seen a scam like this in action, and we're going to talk about that on YouTube. Yeah. There's guys that go and try to catch scammers. They're cybersecurity professionals. And it's great, and it's a good lesson that everyone should watch this, because it shows you exactly how this scam works, because people think they're not going to fall for it. Like, oh, I know how, I would know when it's a scam. I'm smart. There are people, not seniors, half seniors ages in their 30s, 40s falling for it. So they'll go on and they'll say, I'm going to get fired now. You owe me money, but I can't put it in the system. I can't put the return in the system, the refund. So you have to go buy me gift cards, and there you go. And that's how it happens, to hide it.
So
and they fall for it.
Yeah, they find a way around for you to fall for something, and then you have to pay them with gift cards.
Yeah, they play to the seniors' emotions. They cry. Oh, I have kids and a family. I'm going to get fired. I can't believe this is the second time this happened to me. I'm so distracted because my son is sick. Like, they'll make up real stories that tug at their heartstrings, and the seniors feel so bad, and they'll go to the store, get the gift card, read the number off, because they see it. They see the scammer's so good at being a professional IT guy that they'll make it look like they have $30,000 in the bank, but it's not real. It's they put up a fake, site or whatever they do.
Wow, that's
So
crazy.
there you go. Always a scam. And
there's lots of type of scams. My parents got scammed. I told you, right, that they had this timeshare, and my mom was, we never use it. We never go on vacation. I want to sell it, whatever. And then I don't know how they got this phone call telling them they want to buy their timeshare, and that they needed my parents to deposit X amount of money to help them sell the timeshare.
Right. Oh, wow.
And they did.
And they did. Oh, wow.
And they did.
Yeah. The lesson there is just never trust anyone soliciting you and asking for any personal information, an account number, a timeshare account information, even just your birth date, your age, anything, unless you know that person, that you called them or you called your bank and they said, call this number to call our fraud department or what. And a lot of times a scammer will call and say, or you'll get an email that your account has fraudulent activity. So in order to protect you, we need your account number, your password. Sometimes they send it through Gmail. That's another clue. You'll see the email has an @gmail.com address. That's not a company. That's not a business. That's somebody's personal email.
That happened to me with PayPal. They send me an email.
Yeah.
Now that I remember, they sent me an email saying something about PayPal, and it was not them. So I had to cancel everything.
Yeah.
And
that's like what happened with me with that scam. When I looked at I didn't open the PayPal receipt, stupid. And I was late at night. I was like, I'll check it tomorrow. I forgot. And the email address was 123, some random letters at 123.com or Gmail or. So that's another big one.
What is another big one? Do we have another big one?
Yeah.
Or
this is a big one.
Pretty much it.
Well, Sandra, I unfortunately could talk for another hour about so many.
Oh, wow.
But like I have more than 10 to 15 that I can talk. But another big one is the romance scams. So, and you might think, what is a senior going to fall for that? But if they lose a loved one, they might get a call or an email or a message on social media, Facebook, because now it's the older generations that are more on Facebook, right? So they might just start out as a friendly little chat, like, oh, hey, I noticed you are into knitting or whatever. My wife dearly departed, I'm a widow. Maybe they'll pretend they lost their wife and their wife used to do knit. So they'll try to find a common ground and become friends with them. And then all of a sudden, boom, they say they're in love with you. I want to come visit.
Send me money to visit you.
Exactly. So that's one way they do it.
Wow.
They're saying they're going to come visit you, but I have to fly. I'm across country. Or they'll lie and say they're doing a job in another country. A lot of times they'll say they're in Africa because a big one was the Nigerian romance scams.
Yes.
They were coming out of there very commonly. And it happened to a friend of mine where she got a Facebook message, I think, and it turned out this guy was from Nigeria pretending to be contracted out building bridges in Africa, but that's where he lived. That's why the number he gave her was that's how they cover themselves. They said they're just out there doing a contracted job. So there's red flags to look out for so that you can just hopefully avoid it from the get-go. One way is to look for bad grammar if they're texting or messaging you. Usually the language is just off, the way they use idioms of how we say things. It doesn't quite make sense. Or they don't capitalize, they don't put commas and periods. It's run-on sentences. It just looks like the wrong thing. And then another way is they'll declare their love for you in such a short period of time. All of a sudden, you are the nicest woman I ever met. I want to marry you and come over, and I want to wake up to you every morning. I can't wait to get married. And you're like, I didn't even meet you yet. It feels weird.
Exactly.
But somehow, like, they keep just flooding you with all these great, sayings. And guess what? Another clue: if you cut and paste, maybe you're getting emails, you're emailing each other, or texting. If you cut and paste their little poems or whatever they're saying to you, their letters, love letters,
You find them online.
yeah, it pops up as a poem or a song, lyrics. So they'll go into, that happened to my friend, and she's like, I copied the actual letter, the email that they sent, a paragraph of how they couldn't wait to wake up to all these beautiful things. It was from a song from, love
Wow.
song.
I got an email and a Facebook message once, and they would say, "Oh, I wanna. Do you need a sugar daddy?" And I'm like, "Oh, my sugar daddy might be, I don't know, dead or something."
Yeah.
Not at a sugar daddy age.
No, thank you. They want a sugar mama. That's why they're calling you.
They were asking me if I needed a sugar daddy, and I'm like, a sugar daddy? I don't think so.
Oh my God. Oh, they'll try anything. Another thing they do, they'll say, let's have a video chat like this, right? But you're online, you could see yourself, but their camera's not working. Oh, I was having technical difficulties. I have an old computer. Every time you go online, or your phone, you can't see them.
Person.
Yeah.
And then they also say, oh, I need money to come see you, like I said, but I can't. And then all of a sudden, they don't show up, and they have an excuse. All these crazy excuses why they couldn't show up. And also beware, because this happened to my friend when she knew it was a scam. Instead of them saying, send me money, because that's getting too obvious. Now they're getting caught and they know people are suspicious. Okay. They're saying, I want to help you out. Maybe if you're a widow or a single mom, they'll say, I want to send you money. So what's your bank account number so I can deposit money into it? Yeah. And then you just think they're in love with you. You think this person is a friend. They sometimes wait months and months and months until they ask you. So imagine, you don't even, it's scary because we're so trusting. I mean, we should be, but seniors are especially more trusting, and they take advantage of that. So
pretty much.
So we have
a comment
from Susan.
Yeah.
Said she got an email from supposedly Amazon saying my order didn't go through because my payment was denied. It said to click on the link to update the payment. I checked my Amazon account because I was sure I hadn't ordered anything. I didn't. So I just deleted the email, and the email address wasn't Amazon when I checked. You know what? I think I got an email about that too.
I believe I did too. Yep. I got it as a text, and I did exactly what she did. And thank you, Susan. That's such a great point. You never want to click on the link, even if they make it sound so urgent that you're going to lose millions of dollars if you have thousands of dollars. Okay. In my case, hundreds of dollars. But anyway, you're going to lose so much money that if you don't act really quick, we got to, get this taken care of. Don't click on the link. She did the smart thing. Go to your Amazon account. When I got that, I did the same thing. I said, wait, and I asked my sons, because sometimes they'll order stuff on my account. I said, did anyone order anything for this much money? No. So I go on the Amazon account, you check, and you see it right there. So that was excellent. I'm so glad, Susan, you didn't fall for that. I hope everyone makes a note of that.
Yeah.
Judy, what are the ways we can prevent to get scammed?
Okay, that's a good point. I'm just looking if I missed anything.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
before we move to it.
Yeah, no, because we talked about the other ways, and I mentioned, okay. So what they do is they try to get your information to open up an account in your name. It's identity theft basically. So they're trying to say, give us your account number because we had fraudulent activity because, like she said, we need a payment from you. So make sure you always go to the source. That's the number one. Besides, the first thing is never picking up a phone number you don't know. Don't open an email unless you're sure it's from the actual bank, because scammers can, like I said, with the Wayfair, they can copy and paste the logo into their email. They even create their own websites. And this actually happened to me too. I didn't get scammed. Luckily, I realized it. There was a fake website, and I went to order something. I typed in gifts or scarf for Christmas, and there was a link in the Google search. And I go there, and there wasn't the other clue is make sure there's a little lock and key up in the HTTP. It should say HTTPS in the website bar address. So that means it's secure. They have to pay for that. I forgot what it's called, SSL secure link. And that will be sure that if you put your credit card info. It's protected and encrypted. But you always want to go to the source of wherever you're buying anything from. Don't click on the link that you're just sent randomly. That's one way. You also want to make sure that your passwords are like, don't believe it or not, the most common password today is 1234566 and the word password. PSSWRT. And a lot of seniors don't realize, because like I said, they take advantage. They don't know technology that well and they don't want to be bothered. So they'll get a piece of equipment. Maybe it's your Wi-Fi device, your network device, a new phone, or a lot of times your Alexa, those things, or a camera, security camera. Sometimes they come with a default password and we don't think to change it because it came from the company. We're thinking it's secure, or we don't know that we can even do that. But that's one way that the scammers can hack their system and get into, that's how there was a big thing about them getting into the cameras and Alexa and hearing stuff around. So they knew the company's passwords. Yeah. So always change your passwords, make them strong instead of no personal information. Even your username, and a lot of people's Gmail emails, a lot of people use Gmail. I find that especially with seniors, when they created them, they put their full name and their birth date right there. So everyone has their name and birth date right there. And you don't realize that's the first thing a scammer is going to think. Especially, I even recognize it. I just got an email from some woman and I said, "Oh, were you born in 1940? January?" And she's like, "How do you know my birth?" I'm like, "Your numbers of your email is right there." So please keep your personal information private in your passwords. Even you want something, maybe like a phrase based on an old TV show you liked, or a song, your favorite, a few words, so that
something that you don't forget, because I usually forget my passwords.
And definitely make a note of it. Yes, I know we forget. They make little printed, for people who are old school like me. I still like printed books, but they make instead of an address book, they have a website password book, so you can write all your passwords in alphabetical order with the website and the password. Keep track of that. Keep it handy. You can also get a password manager, so it's like one app that saves and stores all of your passwords. I don't have one of those yet. I'm a little, like I said, old school, and I'm a little worried. What if they get hacked? And
exactly.
I hate to say that, but people swear by them too, because they're encrypted, supposedly. The other thing you want to do, especially with phones and tablets, is you want to do two-step authentication, which means, well, first of all, I'm sorry, with the phones and tablets, you want to make sure it locks after a few minutes or seconds of inactivity. So when you put it down and you get up, maybe you're at an event, you're at dinner, or you left it at a restaurant, nobody can just get into your phone and open up your bank app now. And there you go. So you want to make sure that in your settings, you go to create it so that it's going to lock your phone or your tablet. And also two-step authentication, what I was talking about before, is like if you're going and logging in onto your bank apps, any credit card apps, or Amazon even, you can go in and create so that once you put your password in, you're still not technically in the account until they say, you can choose email or text you a code. And Denise, I'm sure, right, you've gotten that. So when you get a code on your phone now, or you check your email, you know that you have the phone. So you're the only one who could get into that account now. I have that set up with most of mine. So that's a definite good thing to do. Does someone have a comment you want to share?
Yes, Stephanie. Fun story. My job had its entire network and payroll hacked because one employee accessed their portal. I'll put their social security number in a legit website while on a public Wi-Fi.
Wow. So that made the whole company.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, wow. See how it's so scary today. And they're so smart. Like I said, these scammers do this 9 to 5 every day. This is their job. So it's so hard to think you're going to outsmart them. So the best thing is awareness, to just.
Oh, it was a school district, the entire
school district, she says.
Wow. I wonder where that happened. I might have heard about this. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. So also what you want to do related to getting hacked is make sure your software and your security systems are up to date, that you have some kind of antivirus and a malware scan. It scans for viruses and anyone trying to infiltrate your computer.
Riverhead, she said.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I read about that. Wow. That's scary. So that's another thing when you're, I don't know if seniors do this often, but a lot of younger people now going to cafes or Starbucks, maybe with their laptops. I don't know, Denise, I know I've done that, and you use their Wi-Fi. Well, guess what? Now you're making yourself more accessible to scammers that can hack that Wi-Fi and get into whatever paid, tabs you have open. So be very careful.
So what if you go to Starbucks and you go on the Optimum Wi-Fi? That's your
password. So that I would feel that that's safer because you're putting your password to get in, and I do that too. Yes, thank you. That's a good point. Try to use your own from Optimum. They have it, so if you're traveling around, you can access there with your password. The other thing, be careful on social media. And it's not just young people, like I said, on social media. Seniors are going on Facebook a lot. Oh, and they're sharing. Oh, I have a new grandchild, lovely Rita was born today, and this is her birthday. And so now the scammers might put 2 and 2 together, and they're maybe following you somehow. They somehow got a hold of your account, that you have a Chase account. The first thing they're going to try is Rita, April, May 4th, 2022. And boom, they get in. They'll try every combination. So when you're in social media, just try to share as little as possible. You can share good news, of course. We love to hear good things, but we don't need details. We don't need to know that you're on vacation while you're on vacation, that you're in Maui or Mexico, and the scammer now knows where you live because you posted that you just did work to your house. You have a picture of your house. It even gives location. So you could go into Facebook or any social media app and adjust the privacy settings so that only close friends. Yeah, or you can make your photos just only, for you and nobody can see them. And your pictures even, believe it or not, in your Photos app, when you take a picture, if they're good enough in these IT professionals, they can go in and see where you took that picture and what time it was taken and where it was taken. So there's a way in your Photos app, I think in Google Photos they have this, and I haven't looked into it in a while, so forgive me, but you can Google how to do it, to take off, to not share location on your photos, to not publish the location. So they know all these things. That's what I'm saying. People think I'm not going to get scammed, but they know so much about technology that we have no idea about. There are ways we're sharing our public information is out there without our knowledge.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful. And I meant to tell you, with the romance scams, these scammers are using our own pictures from our Facebook accounts, our Instagram accounts of us and our kids on vacation, and putting it up there for romance scams to lure someone like you and me and say, oh, especially with the either veterans or
the sugar mummies ones.
The sugar mama right there. So they're putting pictures up of these guys at war, and they're saying they're a sergeant in the army, and they're looking for someone just for a pen pal until they can come home. But they pulled the photo right off of somebody's Facebook page, and it's not really them. There is an actual website that has photos of all pictures of just people that are being used in romance scams, and they have no idea. So that's why I am so careful what I put on Facebook, because I don't want to be part of a scam and helping a scammer use my pictures to lure someone. So be careful. And that's been on, I'm sure you've seen on talk shows like Dr. Phil and this and that. They meet the actual scammer, and then they meet the actual person they thought was the person in love with them. And it's just some guy who's married with 2 kids in California. And he's like, who are you? So it's pretty crazy what we do.
Wow.
But yeah, the other thing you could do is get like a LifeLock kind of security program that will keep track of you, and also, your activities. And it will also tell you when there's fraudulent activity. It'll tell you if you're on the dark web. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but there's the dark web. It sounds
dark.
It
sounds very dark.
It sounds dark. It is. But the scammers go on there and they buy your information. So any information people find on there, they'll put it up on this. I don't even know how to get to it. I don't really get what it physically is, like where to find it, but I'm sure people can easily. But it will tell you, and I had this when I was part of a scam, not like a hack for like, maybe it was Target. My Target card might have been compromised because they were hacked. So they provided this kind of security. And I got emails saying, your information is on the dark web, so go in and delete this and that. And so it helps you to find it and you delete it. Yeah. So these kind of things like a LifeLock system, or just look up like for cybersecurity or, you know, security, fraud prevention, call your fraud department of your banks, your credit card, say, what can I do to protect myself? Some of them offer this for free. I talked to a bunch of seniors recently at a senior center, and they said their banks and credit cards are doing it for free and letting them know that their information is now on the dark web, or they were, you know, they were part of a scam, maybe, you know, their information was trying to be hacked. So they keep an eye on it for you. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And there are more things you can do. Yeah.
There are more.
I told you, girls. I warned you. I could talk forever.
I know. But Judy, what happens when a senior gets scammed? How the family or how the caregivers can find out? Because sometimes they don't want to talk about.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Especially for caregivers. So
Marie is saying for free for limited time.
I'm not sure. Yeah, there might be like a free period where you could try it out and then you have to pay for the service. But the banks and credit cards do it for free. Okay. But I don't know to what extent. So you have to look into that. Things are changing in this, you know, in scams and fraud every day because they're trying to keep up on all the new scams and everything. But what Sandra said was a good point. If you are with, you know, living with your senior loved one, you're a caregiver, or you know someone, or it's an aunt or an uncle, look for, when you visit them, look through their bank statements. Hopefully they share them with you. You don't want to look like you're spying on them. But you'll see things out. And especially if they're getting dementia and they're not even able to pay their bills, you have to make sure someone takes care of that for them. But look for unpaid bills, because now maybe they don't have the money because they just lost a lot of money to a scam. Look for unusual bank activity. A lot of, like, take their bank statements and go through it with them. Maybe it's your mother or father, and say, why are you making all these withdrawals? I see like $500 a week. Like, what is this for? What do you need this cash for? And they'll take literal cash out, because the scammers will tell them, and this is another red flag, but they fall for it. They tell them, take cash out. You owe us money, right? The scammer will say, put the cash in between a book, wrap it in tinfoil, put it in a UPS box or
send it to me.
And mail it. So I know someone whose husband works for UPS. Wow. He literally stands by his phone day and night. God bless him, because he'll get a text in the middle of the night that somebody just got scammed. They found out just after they mailed it, and the box is at the UPS store, and he goes through and opens up the box for them and gets their money back before it actually ships out. So they know, and they're so, like, a lot of them are aware, but sometimes they just don't catch it in time. If it already went out, it went out and it's gone. It's cash. So be careful if they're taking a lot of cash out. If they're making up excuses that you couldn't reach them. Where were you yesterday? Or why are you disappearing maybe they're going to the bank a lot, or maybe they're on the phone. So all of a sudden they have new best friends. Oh, I was talking to John. You know, it's just a friend I met, you know. And
on Facebook. Very
evasive. Yeah, or they're texting a lot and messaging a lot on social media. And be careful. And the thing I forgot to mention about Facebook, since we're on it right now, be very careful when you get, a lot of people know this, but you'll get a friend request from someone you're already friends with. Mm-hmm. And you're like, wait, oh, they must be doing their page over. No, it's the scammer who copied their photo, boom, created a new Facebook account. Now they have access to all your photos and friends and information.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy how they can just get, you know, your information very easily. So you never want to give out can I just do a quick before we go? I know we're running out of time. Make sure you don't stay isolated, stay involved with friends and family. If your parents are alone, and that's why I try to tell people, as someone who represents a home care company, please get somebody at the house, stay there once in a while. One of our caregivers actually caught a client on the phone giving out their information, ready to be scammed when they walked in the door, and they picked up the phone. They knew right away and they hung up. They protected them. So if you're staying active with friends and family, or you have a caregiver, you'll know if they're getting scammed. You always want to shred your documents, especially any that contain your account numbers, financial information, social security. Don't just throw them in the garbage, and definitely don't recycle them. You want to always don't pick up the number if you don't recognize it, like we said. You can go on to donotcall.gov. This is on the list that I'm going to give you on the handout. A couple of websites you can go on, and it'll say where to report them. I don't know if you want to talk about that. But another good thing is sign up for direct deposit for your pension and your benefits, because if you get things in the mail, a lot of times checks are being stolen in the mail, and they even know when there's a credit card, or maybe you got a card in the gift card. I just heard recently people are taking, like, if you send someone a card for their birthday, a gift card, they open it up. Somebody got the card and there was no gift card in it. My neighbor said that. So unbelievable. They'll still, how nice of them. Oh, let her just have the card instead of just throwing the card away, even a criminal, but they'll give her the card without the gift money, the gift card. It's crazy what they do.
Oh my goodness, that's
so
crazy.
Just be skeptical. Yeah. And you can also sign up if you don't want any more robocalls. No Mo Robo. It's called NOMOROBO.com. Did you get that, Denise? So nomorobo.com, and you register your phone numbers, and it'll block all those robocalls.
Oh, what was the thing? I need to block. I get a lot of them.
Can I see if I could write in the chat for you?
No Mo Robo. Did I do it?
Yep.
Okay.
No Mo Robo. Yeah, no, like for no more Robo.
Like that?
No more Robo, yes. One of the gentlemen, I did a talk at a library recently, and it was his son or grandson or son that came up with this website. So he told me about it, and somebody I knew from an assisted living is using the website already, so it's legit. So put your number.
Joanne is saying that happened to her. I don't know what happened, but it happened.
Now
we want to know.
Oh no! What
happened, Joanne? Tell us.
Tell us everything. We won't tell anybody.
I think everyone has been touched in some way by a scam or knows someone who lost money.
I want to tell you about a real estate scam that you probably might know about or might not. I had a tenant. Sometimes especially in this market, it's so hard to get an apartment. But I had a tenant who was looking for another apartment, and she actually found something that was online that was too good to be true. You always see if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true.
Exactly.
And contacted the guy, and they said, well, I'm out of the country right now. You send me a deposit and I'll hold the apartment for you. And she did. And you see that a lot on, you have to watch, because even I had a house that I was renting. I put an ad up for it, and then I got a message from somebody, and they say, I see this house listed for 2 different prices. What is it? And somebody took the entire ad, the pictures and everything, put it on another site for half the price, and was getting all these responses. And somebody put it together and said, this doesn't make sense. And so that was another thing. And he was asking for made up a email with my daughter's name. And
how they got your daughter's name?
I don't know. And asking for money to be sent or whatever. So, I mean,
that's why we have,
especially with real estate. If it looks too good to be true, it is.
Usually is. And that's why it's important, like we're saying, to go with a resource that ask friends and family for referrals. I didn't even get to talk about, I told you we have so many, the local scams like handyman or landscaping. They'll come knock on your door, say they want to do some work. They're in the neighborhood. Oh, I just did your neighbor on 30 Half Store. I'm going to do this and that. And the seniors give them cash and they walk away. They never see them again. Or the landscaper will have friends in the truck. He'll take you around to your backyard while they're hiding. Say, oh, I'll cut this tree down for you. Oh, look at the pretty garden you have. He'll start a conversation. His friends are running in your front door, grabbing your purse, your TV, your computer, and they jump back in the truck and then they're gone. So you have to be so careful. And that's why it is, I don't want to well, I shouldn't say, I was going to say I don't want to scare people, but I really do.
Yeah, I do want to
I'd rather scare
people.
you and say, oh my gosh, my parents are alone and they could be vulnerable to this. So you have to take some action and protect them in whatever way you can, whether somebody, if you can't afford to get a caregiver, you know, we have companions that come in and just, like I said, we'll just be there to take care of someone, to make sure, you know, they're being safe in every way, not just falling, but not giving money away, but you can just have somebody check on them. Just like I said, and all those other tips we gave. So I hope this helps them to stay safe.
Before we go, what can they do if they already been scammed?
Oh, yes. Thank you. I feel like I used up my time already. So yeah,
you still have 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. No pressure. No, when you report the scam, okay, the first thing you want to do is close all your accounts that were involved that you believe you were scammed. If it was cash, I'm sorry, it's too far gone. But so what you want to do after that, at that point, is to go to the police department, your local police, wherever it happened, fill out a police report. And people might say, who cares? Because they were in India or Africa. I'm never going to see my money again. They're not going to get it back. But guess what? If you do that, it's protecting your identity now, because your creditors you're going to have that evidence. You're going to go into your credit report and you're going to ask for to file a fraud alert. Okay. And actually someone gave me this tip, and this is great too, to just put a freeze on your loved one if they live alone. Someone in my caregiving group, they did it for their mom. So even if she got a call and somebody got her account information to open an account, they can't. If you freeze your account with the credit bureaus, nobody can open an account in your name unless they ask you very personal questions that you pre-authorized. So maybe you could do that. At least you'll prevent, not the cash part, but at least you'll prevent them from somebody opening credit in their name or lines of credit, anything. But you want to initiate that fraud alert. You want to close the account, speak to the fraud department at your credit card or bank, whatever happened to be, scammed, and follow up with your credit report, getting free annual credit. It's annualcreditreport.com. And you'll check your loved one's credit report for any new cards that you never opened for them or they don't have, and there might be new accounts in there and that they owe money to. So now if you have this police report and you have a copy of it, you can tell all of your credit card companies, like, I did not authorize this payment. This obviously I was scammed and it was identity theft. So now you have evidence. Yeah, thank you for that, Sandra. Okay, annualcreditreport.com.
Hold on. Let me see. Somebody has questions. We still have a little bit more time.
Marie was saying that she got a call from someone who said they were grandma and I'm in jail. That we talked about that before. I don't think she was on yet. Her grandson was only 6 years old.
There you go.
And Joanne is saying that somebody
stole
her gift card.
A gift card.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother scam. Yeah. It's great. There's so many things. But we forgot, Sandra, we were discussing
the link for the YouTube, right?
YouTube. Okay, so this is not on, I'm gonna have to put that on my handouts. But if all of you listening right now want to have, actually, for me, it was a good laugh. It's a lesson, but it's actually can be entertaining, because these there are YouTubers, call them YouTubers, I guess, that have channels. They are IT professionals in cybersecurity. So what they do in their spare time is try to catch the scammers by luring them in with, believe it or not, they even have devices that make their voices sound like little old ladies. Even the men, they sound like, oh, hi, this is, Grandma Beth or whatever. And, whatever. And they'll pretend to be old and take advantage of, and they'll go into the scammer's computer now. I don't even know how they do this, but they'll even find out from the cameras. They'll get their Wi-Fi address, and they'll let the local authorities know that there is a scam operation going on in this building all the way in India. This guy, so his name is Jim Browning.
Denise, you're the comment lady.
So put in 2 YouTube, and it's a YouTube channel. You can even just Google it. Google search Jim Browning YouTube, He's like the top. He's like, they worship him. All the they're called scam baiters because they bait the scammers. So if you go on his channel,
like that,
yeah, Jim Browning, there you go. And the other one is called Scammer Payback. Scammer Payback. And there's one about a glitter bomb. So if you do Scammer Payback glitter bomb, he will walk you through the process of the I forgot which one, the one where they get into your bank, they give you a link and they get control of your computer. He walks you through it. You see an actual scam taking place. So it's a lesson, like it teaches you exactly how they operate and what to look out for. It's so good. I mean, they have thousands of videos up there. There's many more scammer baiters out there. So yeah, glitter bomb, scammer payback that's one of
all together.
Oh, all together. Okay.
Scammer Payback Glitter Bomb. If you search that is one good video where he walks you through getting scammed, making you think. I forgot if it's for that they're going to refund you money. So you'll see, and it's great, and you end up cheering. But on one of the videos he made, you hear the scammer of this guy from India crying, "Oh, you took my money now. I'm going to lose my job." And it's like I actually laugh because then they end up getting
scammed.
Getting scammed in the end from the scam baiter. So it's good. You cheer them on, and they even have like support. You can
like
send
that
them.
Scammer bomb, glitter bomb.
You're close.
I've tried.
It's up there.
Look at for it. We'll put it in the description in the comments.
I'm so glad to share this with everyone. So thank you. And then again, I have the list of other places you could report it to the FTC. AARP is an excellent fraud resource. They publish articles. If you get their magazine in the mail, technically you only have to be 50, which is scary to be a senior to get their magazine. And you can go on their website. There's a Fraud Watch network that you can get emails, and they even have Zoom calls where they talk about the latest scams once a month. It's going to be all in the links I give you, Sandra. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to start saying our goodbyes, but if somebody has a question, you still have like 3 minutes.
Questions last
Where
minute.
they can find you, Judy, before we go.
Yeah, so thanks again. I'm with Home Instead Senior Care. We provide home companions and licensed aides. It's a worldwide franchise. You can find us. One office is in Hauppauge, the other's in Huntington. homeinstead.com/697, or that's for Eastern Suffolk, or /559. That's Western Suffolk to the Nassau border. We also have an office in Merrick, 5 locations, Long Island, worldwide. There's a Home Instead wherever you live. And we are private pay, and we accept long-term care insurance. And, we've been helping seniors now for decades. And I don't know if I got to talk about it. I was a caregiver for my father who had Alzheimer's. So before I worked with them, I had hired their companions, and very trustworthy. They have to go through a lot to become a caregiver, and we train them in Alzheimer's and dementia care, criminal background checks, drug testing, and all that. So very reliable, good people. So, I know how hard that is to let someone in your home, but I left them home alone with my teenage sons with my father for when I needed to. So we hope we can help and keep you from getting scammed.
Especially.
Yeah.
Denise? Final words, final hellos, goodbye.
No, it just
Final
final hellos. I appreciate everyone that came on and watched the show tonight. We had a lot of people, I like the comments and the interaction with everybody. It's great.
Yep.
Next week is our final episode in this series. And we're going to
coming
have
back. We
come back. We're going to have Julie Wexler from the Bristol Assisted Living come on. She's going to talk about assisted living, talking to your parents or your senior parents about assisted living, how you pay for assisted living, finding the right one, and a smooth transition into assisted living.
That's great. I know Julie. She's great. Yeah.
Yeah, she is. So we're going to have another great speaker on next week. And you have any questions or comments, anything, comment,
Leave it
post,
in the
like,
comments.
what?
If they have questions, leave it in the comments because we're leaving.
Well,
15
you can still see
seconds.
the comments afterwards on Facebook, but
Yeah.
I mean, you could reach us at any time. You can reach me at Denise Lanzarone, your local realtor, on Facebook, Denise Lanzarone, on Instagram and LinkedIn. You can call me, text me, email me. I'm a senior real estate specialist, and we're offering this as a community service to get information out there. So we hope you all enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you, Denise and
And
Sandra. This was really great. Thank you so
good.
much.
Good,
I
you
want
Thank
guys.
to
you.
help everyone.
And remember, we have a link on the description box if you want all the information that Yuri is gonna leave for us. We have all the information for the first season, and we have information for this second season, and on a PDF file. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Joanne, who was there here. Susan was here too. Jean, and everybody that watched us. Diane, I think she was earlier.
Yeah,
And
I think she
remember,
was here.
you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on
Stephanie.
my Facebook, Stephanie too. On my Facebook as Sandra Roman Real Estate. I'm a real estate agent here in Long Island. And thank you for watching us. Adios,
Thank you,
amigos. Bye
ladies. Thanks,
bye.
All right,
everyone.
bye. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.